All right, let's go ahead and talk about today's Tampa Bay New York Yankee game. Today is Friday, May 10th. So the model has New York winning with about a 56% chance of winning, and that's about what the ESPN model has as well. If you look over here on the left, you can kind of see the distribution of that is what that comes out to. So you definitely see some overlap, uh, and but the model is pretty clearly picking the Yankees to win. When you come down here to the bottom, you see the score though tighten up, and this is what I find is interesting. So you see the medians there at 5-4, so it shows us a closer game, which I find interesting because when you look at the stats here on the next page, you really see that the Yankees. When you look at Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, they've got some players that are just really highly capable. Giancarlo Stanton as well. But what really makes it competitive, and you're going to see this a lot, is going to be the strong pitching. When you look at the average against with the Tampa Bay pitcher. And I would also point out that this pitcher here is not the starting pitcher. I had to use a surrogate because they have, it looks like a rookie who is making the debut. So what I do when I do that is I pick a long reliever because I would expect that oftentimes when you have a new rookie, they're going to be on somewhat of a pitch count. I don't expect them to go deep. And I would imagine that in most cases that uh, the first signs of really getting in trouble is when the manager's probably going to go ahead and pull them. So I think those are all pretty good assumptions. I wouldn't expect them to come out and strike out 12 and go 8 innings. And so that's what goes into that. So then really the bulk of the model is going to say how is the bullpen, and the Yankees bullpen is about the same as Tampa Bay, but with the expectation that the a stronger Tampa Bay starter is going to give them a better chance to stay in. Then we'll come down here to the scoring models. The one thing I would point out is if you look at the about the last 15 games here, you see this. I should change uh, the font on this, but um, overall Tampa Bay, they have not been their run for runs against has not been real good. Whereas what we can see here is the Yankees, they're on the other side of that. So Tampa Bay really needs to have a strong pitching performance and then go out and just put the ball in the play and keep it close. So let's go and look at some of the raw data here. So the Yankees are on the left, and let's go start down here in the lower left. The other thing I find interesting here is this is really what's going to make some of the difference here is look at that OPS. So right about 780, and that's only slightly above what it is for Tampa Bay. A lot of that's just got to do with the pitching and the types of hitting that they have. One thing I would also point out as you come up here to the upper left, the Yankees, they're expected to get some walks tonight. Okay, walks and get a lot of players on. So that's what's going to give them that 56 to 60% chance of winning, which is a pretty broad number, but it probably won't be a large stretch in terms of what the scoring difference is going to be, because again, I would expect probably a shorter outing from their starter, and meanwhile, Tampa Bay's got a strong starter out there that should be able to. Again, you look at that Yankee lineup, they got some hitters. It's going to be hard to hold those guys back, but they got a guy out there who's going to be able to do that. So anyhow, if you got any questions or comments, leave me a note and enjoy the game.